Hola clase, hoy es martes, el 1 de junio. Es junio, qué loca. Y es la lección de mañana, miércoles, el 2 de junio. This is the lesson for Wednesday, June 2nd. So if you were gone or have to be late or early or just need an extra once over for this lesson, this is the lesson for you, the YouTube video for you. So we're going to start with tocatimbre número uno. You have to decide which verb fits best with the sentence and then conjugate the verb based on the section. And then número siete, or seis, siete, and ocho, 6, 7, and 8, you have to come up with your own sentences. So pause the video right now, take a look on an extra piece of paper. I want you to conjugate these verbs. So I hope you paused it and worked it out on your own because these are the answers. Número uno, la clase blank cada viernes. So my two verbs that I have are bailar y esquiar, and I'm talking about class. So I know that bailar means to dance and esquiar means to ski. Dance, to ski. And if I'm talking about la clase, I'm guessing that I'm going to be talking about bailar. So bailar is a regular AR verb, so I take away the AR. So now I have bail. And I'm talking about la clase, not the people in the class, but just the class as a whole. And la clase is singular, so I'm talking about one class. And our conjugation for singular inanimate objects is baila for an AR verb. La clase baila cada viernes. The class dances every Friday. You know I love my baila viernes. Número dos. My subject is nosotros. ¿Qué significa nosotros? What does nosotros means? It means we. So I know my ending is going to be a nosotros ending. And the end of the sentence is in Washington. I know compartir means to share, and vivir means to live. So which one makes more sense? We share in Washington or we live in Washington? Vivir, obviamente. So vivir is a regular IR verb. Take away the IR. Add a nosotros ending because we know our ending is already nosotros, and that would be vivimos. Nosotros vivimos en Washington. We live in Washington. Número tres. We have the yo there, so we know our subject. It's yo, and we are not doing something. No blank mucha carne. A lot of meat. Soy vegetariana. I am vegetarian. So what am I going to do? Comer means to eat. Beber means to drink. Do I not eat meat or not drink meat? I'm going to go with comer. Comer is a regular ER verb. So take away the ER and add a new ending based on the pronoun or the subject. My subject is yo, myself. So my ending is o. No como mucha carne. Soy vegetariana. I don't eat a lot of meat. I am a vegetarian. Jose y tú. This is our subject. I know that it could either be vosotros or ustedes because Spain is the only country that uses vosotros on a regular basis. So Jose y tú, I know my ending is going to be either vosotros or ustedes, whichever one I want. A la escuela los lunes y los jueves. So to school Mondays and Thursdays. So what do we do at school, or what do Jose and tú do at school? Drink, walk, or attend? I definitely think it's going to be asistir, to attend. Asistir is a regular IR verb. So what do we do for that? Take away the IR, assist. And my ending is either going to be vosotros or ustedes. We don't get to use vosotros very often, so I'm going to say asistís. José, ¿y tú asistís a la escuela los lunes y los jueves? You could have also said asisten as well, and it would have been just fine. 2, blank como Shakira. 2 is our subject, so I know my ending is going to be in the to form. Compartir means to share. Cantar means to sing. And vender means to sell. So do I share like so, or do you share like Shakira, sing like Shakira, or sell like Shakira? Shakira is a singer, so I'm going to go with cantar. Take away the AAR. Add an AS because it's in the to form. Número 6, 7, and 8, you had to come up with your own sentences. These were creative sentences with the AR verb. So for the first one, I'm going to say Miguel. What does Miguel do? We'll say Miguel estudia español. Todos los días. So I got my subject. My subject is Miguel. What is he doing? He's studying. What is he studying? Spanish. When? Every day. Miguel estudia español todos los días. Número 7, same thing. I have to come up with a phrase, but with an ER verb this time. And this time I want to use beber, to drink. Yo bebo. I mean, I'm always going to drink coffee. So, yo bebo el café en la mañana. Todas las mañanas. Yo bebo el café en la mañana. I have my subject. Who's doing the action? I am. There's my action. What am I doing? I'm drinking coffee. When? En la mañana. And the last one, I have to do a phrase with IR. So I'm going to say los estudiantes. That's my subject. I want to use the word vivir, so viven in North Bend. So the students live in North Bend. Los estudiantes viven in North Bend. Fabulosa. Hopefully that was fairly easy to conjugate. Next thing that we're going to do in class is a Kahoot. This is a grande Kahoot, a Kahoot mega super grande, which means it's a Kahoot that has to do with everything we've done in class so far. So from the alphabet to conjugating IR verbs in the present tense. Obviously, I'm not going to do the Kahoot in this video, but it is an individual version in the miércoles folder on your Schoology. It's called Super Kahoot. So pause this video now and try the Kahoot on your own. Muy bien. All right. Next thing that we're going to do is huevos revueltos. We've done this before. In class, I am going to put you into breakout rooms. You can work in little groups or you can work solo. No me importa. It does not matter to me. But you will only get 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, we are going to go over the answers and then we are going to turn them in. So remember, you have to unscramble the sentences. So make sure that they are in a place where it's in the right order. And then you have to change the verb to match the subject. So conjugate the word in all capitals. And be careful because I have los verbos locos, crazy verbs like ser, tener, and estar, AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. And all the sentences are going to start with the subject or the pronoun and the verb. So those are the first two things that will be in each sentence. So my example, I have all these verbs here, and if I unscrambled them and conjugated it, it would be los estudiantes corren en la clase de educación física. So stop this video now, set a timer for 20 minutes. Your assignment is on Schoology. It's called Los Huevos Revueltos. Go. All right. Hopefully you finished those, because here are the answers. So we've got Julia y yo compartimos una tortilla española en España, número 1. Número 2, la profesora y el estudiante están cansados en la primera hora. Número 3, Fernando recibe el plato principal de la camarera. Número 4, Nico y tú, les o os, encanta comer la sopa en un tazón. Yo uso un cuchillo para comer el bistec. Las zanahorias son crudas en la ensalada. Los restaurantes les faltan las servilletas blancas. Tú bebes una gaseosa en un vaso. El mesero tiene muchos platos encima de la mesa. And a ti te gusta beber, oh my gosh, a ti te gusta beber chocolate caliente en una taza grande. So make sure you correct yourself. Just know that bebe should be beber, because when there's two verbs right next to each other, you need to conjugate the first one and keep the second one in the infinitive form. Let's move on. At this time, the class is going to take a Zoom break, so set your timer for 10 minutes. Go take a drink of water, pet your dog, get a snack, take a lap around the house, whatever you need to do to chill and get off the computer for at least 10 minutes. So pause this video now and take a 10-minute break. Welcome back with Toca Timbre 2. Ay, 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 hay muchos errores. There are so many errors. I want you to take this time, read these sentences, and make the correction that you need to in these sentences. I tell you how many errors are in each one. So pause this video now and correct those mistakes. All right. Número 1. No me gusta las picantes zanahorias. Hay dos errores. Error número 1. Necesita ser gustan. ¿Por qué? Las zanahorias es plural, entonces el verbo gustar necesita ser plural. If the thing that you like is plural, your verb gustar also has to be plural. And second, los adjetivos siempre está después del sustantivo. The adjective is always after the noun. So it's las zanahorias. Oh. Let's spell words right, Miss Suzuman. Zanahorias picantes. I don't like spicy carrots. Número 2. Bebemos la leche. Hay un error, one error. No conjuga el segundo verbo. Don't conjugate the second verb. So you keep that in the infinitive. Debemos beber la leche. We should drink milk. Y número 3. Compartir los guisantes. No es un verbo como gustar. It's not a gustar verb. So I need to get rid of all this and just conjugate compartir like a regular EIR verb. Compartes, because it's two. Compartes los guisantes. You share peas. So nice. Hopefully that was fairly easy for you. And let's move on to our last notes. This is our last notes of the year. Sorry. Take a picture of your tocatimbres Take 5 minutes and turn those tocatimbres in. You have 5 minutes. So pause it right now and turn those tocatimbres in. Now we have notes. We have our yogo and oyos. These are verbs that are irregular, meaning that they don't follow all the rules. However, these ones are kind of tricky because they follow the rules sometimes, but they have an irregular form, and the irregular form is yo. The yo form messes everything up, and some of them are messed up in other places as well. So there's not really a trick to these verbs. You just kind of have to memorize the conjugations, unfortunately. So this list is either in Google Docs if you're doing it on Schoology. They're right here. It's a Google Doc version. Click on the title, make a copy, or they are also in your OneNotes as well. So if you want to get into OneNote, you can do that as well. So let's go through these verbs and how to conjugate them. The first one I have is tener, which means to have. Yo tengo. Tú tienes. Él, ella, usted tiene. Nosotros tenemos. Vosotros tenéis. And ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. Muy bien. Hopefully you are able to write these down in your notes. The next verb that we have is venir, which means to come, like come here. Are you coming to school today? It's vengo, vienes, viene, venimos, sorry. That was a mess up one. Told you they were irregular. Venimos, venís, and vienen. So this one works very similar to tener. The next verb that we have, oops, that's not what I wanted. I apologize. The next verb we have is hacer, which means to do or to make. Oops, my board isn't working very well. To do or to make. This one is almost regular, and I'll show you how. Yo hago, haces, hace, hacemos, hacéis, and hacen. So the only irregular form of hacer is the yo form. Do you see a pattern with all of these yo forms? Just a hint. Poner means to put. Come on, to put. Yo pongo. Tú pones. Ella said pone. Ponemos. Ponéis. And ponen. That one's fairly regular except for the yo form. Salir is our next one. Salir means to leave. It's salgo. Sales. Sale, not sales or sale. Salimos. Salís. And salen. There we go with the go again. Decir is a little bit more irregular than some of the other ones. It's kind of like tener and venir over there. It means to say. Oops. to say. Man, my board is all over the place today. We got digo, so I have to change the E to an I for this one. Super irregular. Dices, dice, decimos, decís, and dicen. Traer is our other verb that we got going on here. Traer. It means to bring, like I'm bringing a dessert. This one also is a pretty irregular. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. We got trigo, traes, trae, traemos, traís, traen. So the yo form is the most irregular part. And the last one, we heard of escuchar, to listen, but this time we have oír, which means to listen to. Again, this is a very irregular verb. So we got yo oigo, oigo. Two, watch this one, oyes, L-A-S said, oye, oímos, oís, and oyen. So this one's all over the place with I's and accents and Y's. So here are our yo-go verbs. Why are they called yo-go verbs? Because all of the yo form ends in go. We're not done with our irregulars yet. We also have oyo verbs. These ones, there are in saber and conocer. Saber and conocer are special. They don't follow the oyo version either, but we need to add them in there for because they're good to know. So these ones are oyo verbs, yo-oy verbs. They are very irregular, but you know, it's fun. Ir means to go. It's a very important verb, but it is extremely irregular. Here are our conjugations. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. That means to go. Yo voy, I go. Vas, va, vamos, van. Ser, we know this one. This one should be easy. To be, soy, eres, es, somos, sois, and son. Beautiful. Estar, we know this one already. It also means to be. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. And dar means to give. It is also an oyo verb. Doy, yo doy, I give. Das, da, damos, dais, dan. Why are these ones called oyo or yo-oy? Because the yo form all ended oy. Now we got saber and conocer. They don't follow any of the rules, but they are good to know because they mean to know. Saber means to know things in particular, like I know math. Yo sé. Super irregular. What does that even, how did that even come up with it? I don't even know. Sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, and saben, to know facts or to know things. And conocer also means to know, but it means to know people. Like I know Miss Uzume. And this one, the yo form is very irregular. It is conozco with a Z, conozco. But then it goes back to being a regular ER verb. Conoces, conoce, conocemos, Conoces and conocen. And there you have it. Those are our irregular yo, go, oyo, and then saber, conocer. We have a song that we're going to play in class. I don't have the song with me right now, but I will be getting it tomorrow, and I will link it in the Schoology class page. So we'll skip it in this video, but it's just a a funny little verb song to practice. Here is the filled out list if you're having a problem with it. Here's the answers to the song. And the last thing that we're going to do in class today is a big, long grammar worksheet for yogo and oyos. So all you have to do is fill in the blanks with the conjugated version of the verb that's in the parentheses. Both blanks are the same verb, but it's going to be different conjugation. So you have to pay attention to the subject. For example, the verb is ir, which means to go. And the first person is Maria. And if it's Maria, it'd be the ella form. And the ella form of ir is va, because I looked at my list there. Maria va al museo el sábado. Maria goes to the museum on Saturday. But nosotros, so now we have to change the conjugation because the subject changes. We're not talking about Maria anymore. We're talking about us. Pero nosotros no vamos con ella. We do not go with her. So each one has a shift in conjugation. We'll try it again. Salir is our verb. The first one is yo. So I know my yo form of salir because I looked at my list is salgo. Yo salgo temprano a las 7:15, but now we change the subject, so we have to change the conjugation. We have to change it to tú, because it used to be yo, but we change it to tú, sales. Pero tú sales por la tarde. I leave early at 6:15, but you leave late. So you will spend the rest of class finishing this worksheet, and we will go over it next week. I hope this helps. Please message me if you ever have any questions or just want to chat. Adios, hasta pronto.